Hey, what's good, YouTube? We back with another video. It's your boy Cardiac K. As you can see by the title, this week I want to talk about one of my favorite series of all time, of any different genre, anime, regular film, television, whatever. And that is Attack on Titan. But before I hop into the video and start over explaining things and rambling on for what will be, I'm sure, 20 minutes, I want to first tell everybody, please subscribe, leave a like, and leave a comment in the comment section below on your opinion on this video, any improvements I can make, anything that you want to say about Attack on Titan. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and let's get into it. So Attack on Titan is a series that for a long time, some people were on the fence about. It was a series that in 2013 rose to prominence and popularity due to it being on multiple streaming platforms, and it's overexciting and very hype first few episodes in the anime. Now, despite this spike in popularity, especially for anime at the time in 2013 when anime was kind of going through a shift, you see, it had been about a year or two since the two biggest series at the time, Hunter x Hunter and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, had premiered, and there was a little bit of a dry season from what I know in that era of anime. Fate Zero had already played, Naruto was clearly winding down, One Piece's post time skip arcs were starting up, and it was a year after the Sword Art Online phase, so everyone was looking for the next big thing of 2013, and here you have Attack on Titan. Now, in the years following, Attack on Titan took a 4-year hiatus as there wasn't really enough material, as the manga was being written on a monthly basis. There wasn't enough material for the anime to be able to adapt into a sizable portion for the anime season itself and create content. So as a result, it went on a 4-year hiatus until 2017 when it came back, and the hype was a little bit lower. But even just with regular time, regardless of the hiatus, new fans have come into anime and weren't really sold on the hype of yesteryear when it comes to Attack on Titan, leading to a lot of people not watching Attack on Titan until this past year, when it also broke the internet once again with the premiere of the final season, also known as Season 4. And this season, in addition to 2019 with Season 3 Part 2, reinvigorating the hype around the series and sparking a light under the community and its growth ever since. One thing about Attack on Titan that is very controversial is the beginning. Now, back in 2013, a lot of people had agreed in the anime community that Attack on Titan had one of the best starting arcs, if not just best starting few episodes of any anime that had come out to that point. In my opinion, as someone who didn't watch Attack on Titan until 2019, it is the second best opening episode of all time, and that's only behind Seraph of the End. The suspense that it has, and the foreshadowing that it has with the Titans, and even in the first few seconds, Eren's quick dream after the opening plays for the first time in episode 1, it's amazing foreshadowing. That basically tells you the entire series. And also throughout the rest of the episode, meeting Hannes, knowing more about Mikasa, meeting his parents for the first and last time, to be honest. And also just Eren himself. We have quick and effective character intros throughout the entire episode. I think it's greatly written, and it creates suspense and foreshadows things like even the basement with Eren's dad when he leaves the house is amazing foreshadowing from here on out for the rest of the series. And then when it comes to the series, we go into an immediate action when it comes to the Trost arc. And even before the little time skip that they do to become scouts, there are amazing sequences where we see the world just unfolding before our eyes to these big behemoths that the world is meeting for the first time along with us. And then also throughout the Trost arc and throughout the training arc before the Trost arc, we have character introductions for the rest of our cast. We have the budding rivalry between Eren and John. We have the introduction to Connie, Sasha, Historia, well, at the time her name is Krista, but it's all the same. I mean, we know these characters, and of course we get to meet Reiner, Berthold, Annie, Ymir, and just the rest of the characters that we get to meet during that time that later become amazing parts of this great story. Now, another controversial thing when it comes to these opening arcs is the fake out of Eren's death. As a lot of people know, in episode 5 of Attack on Titan, as Armin is about to get swallowed whole, by a Titan on the roof when they're in the middle of the Trost district, Eren steps in, saves his best friend, and he gets eaten instead. And for about 2 episodes, we see the fallout on Armin. We see it even get to affect Connie, as they've been training together for the past 2-3 years to become scouts, and he inspired half of the now scouts to become scouts, and now he's dead on the battlefield. We even see it affect Mikasa to the point to where she's almost about to quit on her life until Eren comes back as a Titan. Now, this twist is hit or miss for some people, as some people don't believe that it should have happened at all. Some people believe that we should have had more time or more episodes to sit with the reality that Eren was dead, even if it was going to happen to be a fake out. And like I said, some people just feel like it's a dumb decision altogether and feel like his death shouldn't be a fake out at all. Now, I can confidently say that back in 2019, when I was watching Attack on Titan for the first time, this death, it wasn't the biggest plot twist of all time, especially considering the fact that Eren was built up to be this angry person at the Titans early on, and it had nothing to do with the fact that he was the protagonist, but just how important his feelings were to what felt like the early seeds for the themes of the story, and the fact that I couldn't see anyone else being the protagonist at this point. So yeah, Eren had to come back. But still, the way that it was done, I feel still played into the mystery feel that season 1 tries to set up, and all these questions that it wants you to ask. Okay, how did Eren change? Did Eren know about this change? And then when he wakes up and we look back and rewatch those episodes, what was that dream that he had in episode 1? What was that thing after they escaped Shigashina with his dad, where he was yelling and all that? What's all that? What's in the basement? And that's the moment when Attack on Titan, I believe, solidified itself as an amazing storytelling series when it comes to planting mysteries in the fans' eyes and in the characters' eyes that would later become very rewarding for all parties involved. Now, even when Eren comes back, the world building continues with Attack on Titan building the military and introducing us to different characters rapidly, episode after episode after episode, with amazing characterization for even someone like Pixies and Zachary. And even, I remember I was rewatching the series this past month and seeing just in episode 1 the Church of the Walls be not an important thing, but it's shown in many scenes when the Colossal Titan is first looking over the walls, and just the world building, especially in hindsight early on in Attack on Titan, is amazing to see how much detail Isayama put into his work early on to plant the seeds for later revelations and later plot details that are very important. Now, going into the scouting mission arc and then the female Titan arc, it's just a great cat and mouse chase. It shows the dangers of the world that we've heard so much about up until this point, and puts our main cast on full display in believable ways, as you know, they're now new scouts and based upon previous missions. And like I said, the scouting mission, when it comes to the female Titan, they have lost the entire Levi squad, and now our new recruits have to step up into a role that requires them to grow up very fast in a world that we can see off the first 15 episodes is ruthless in who they'll kill. And also, even throughout this arc, especially with the female Titan arc, remembering when Reiner was picked up and he ended up slicing his way out of the female Titan's hand, we can see also more foreshadowing for later plot revelations and such. And even the storytelling within this arc, as this is the first time and also the last time that the female Titan is really addressed until present day in the anime, the characterization for Annie and the female Titan and the mystery behind what the identity is and the hunt for the female Titan is amazingly written in such a short amount of time. It brings stakes to the table when it comes to the mortality of our characters, while also, like I said, dropping hints and clues of later plot revelations that will come to impact the story greatly, as Attack on Titan has done for now the full 24 episode season. Now, season 2 takes 4 years to get adapted into the anime, and I understand that not everyone has watched that. And so for that reason, I'm still going to talk about it. Season 2 begins with amazing characterization and development for our supporting cast, as it isolates the side characters that we didn't spend a lot of time with and we got some characterization for, but at the end of the day, at the end of season 1, Connie, Sasha, and even to an extent John were at the very least background characters, and at the very most just there for joking. So isolating these characters that we haven't spent a lot of time with in a position to where they have to make decisions for themselves and for everyone around them and bond in a short period of time is also great storytelling. And this also gives way for flashbacks for everyone, especially developing Ymir and Historia's relationship and also giving us their backstory subsequently. When the castle that they're in gets overrun by Titans and they are subsequently attacked, you have no choice but to reveal yet another mystery and secret of the world, with Ymir deciding to shift into a Titan. Now, in this section, we also have Historia's backstory that we get at the end of the battle, and we get some development between her and Ymir's relationship, but we also get to explore the past of people like Connie and Sasha as we learn about where Connie is from and his family, and we get the mystery of, okay, there are these Titans in the area in Connie's old town where all the houses are destroyed and there's no bodies, but there's Titans everywhere. And so we get this mystery for the rest of the arc of like, okay, where did these Titans come from? And did Connie's people that he loved from the hometown that he's from get out on time? That's amazing storytelling, and that's amazing stakes and amazing ways to get the watcher involved and caring about a certain character, putting them in a situation to where their past we learn about and also they care about, which gets us to care about because they're in a dire situation to where it's now relevant to what's happening in the story. It's amazing ways to set up you caring about a certain character. And so even with all that, the beginning of season 2 is just amazing, and it goes and flows right into one of the greatest reveals in anime history, with Reiner and Berthold revealing that they are the armored and colossal Titans. And this, I wasn't around when this came out. Season 2 came out in 2017, like I said, and I came in when season 3 part 2 was airing in the summer of 2019. But going back to the reveals of the Clash of the Titans arc, it goes from high stakes to high mysteries, back to high stakes with Eren's capture, and also learning about Reiner's deteriorating health and getting a little bit of details as to why they stayed secret and why they're truly not with Paradise Island at all. And we get a little bit of hints as to where they may come from and what their deal is for being here at all. And so this arc, I don't really know how to summarize it or talk about how great it is without just saying to watch it. Like I said, as one of the best reveals in anime. It's reveal after reveal after reveal, after plot revelation after plot revelation, and it's amazingly done and written when it comes to the character backgrounds that it gives us with, like I said, Historia. It develops Connie, because that also goes into that arc. It develops Eren and his hatred for these people more, and even just the Titans, and it conflicts the story by showing us that maybe it's not just Titans that are the enemy. Maybe there's a greater enemy that's out there, and we get to watch Eren and the crew find out who it is piece by piece. Then at the end of season 2, we have a multitude of mysteries that prop up and basically establish a new norm for the story, which is answering questions with more questions to ask the audience. One of these questions is, what is up with the Titan that killed Hannes and Eren's mom? As not only did that Titan reappear to kill Hannes, but it seems as though that Titan's reaction with Eren punching it allows for him to activate a latent power that he did not know that he had, which opens up another question for the audience to find out later. And also, like I said, just there being the existence of a multitude of Titan shifters that may or may not be on the same side as our protagonists, and we don't know why. And then that goes into season 3. And season 3 opens up in an amazing way with the scouts that we've been following for the past 2 seasons being on the run from not only the government, but from what we later find out, royalty with the Reiss family. And I'm just going to summarize this up real quick. It's amazing. It's amazing story progression because it flows ever so gracefully from the last time we saw these guys, where a multitude of people defected from the scouts. Eren's been getting abducted left and right. Erwin's loyalty to what he's actually supposed to be doing for Paradis as the head of the scouts, and also Levi's competence to be over a Titan shifter like Eren and to apparently have multiple Titan shifters within his ranks is called into question, and therefore the scouts are being hunted down by the government. And it's an amazing, it's basically escape scene after escape scene after high stakes scene after set pieces, and then you introduce Kenny and the gang from the Reiss family trying to catch them and trying to get Eren and Historia to, well, you know if you've watched the series. Now, I will definitely say that in season 3, the politics of the world of Attack on Titan are fully rampant and are everywhere. They're unavoidable and you can't escape them. And although this may turn some people off, as even to me at the time of watching it, I was a little bit confused and also a little bit bored out at times, but I still believe that it's good storytelling, especially when you take into the killing of Pastor Nick, and you take into account the government going against the scouts and trying to tie up all these loose ends that they've created when it comes to mixing royalty with mixing secrets, with mixing what the scouts are trying to do, which is uncover all those secrets, while they are, a lot of people in the government and even within the scouts don't know what's truly happening until we meet Reiss and he reunites with his daughter Historia. Now, like I said, up to this point in the story, Attack on Titan has mastered, and I believe just has a knack for answering the questions that we've had since season 1, season 2, with a lot more questions for the audience to ponder over and for the series to answer. And one of these questions is basically, what is happening and why is it happening? And a lot of this is revealed through fighting Kenny and watching Reiss explain things to his daughter and to Eren, and we get context provided to what happened with Eren's dad all that long ago. What happened to where you have these Titan shifters that seem to be against Paradis? What happened to where the royal family seems to not really be the ones in power in Paradis, but underlying everything, they are still the ultimate force when it comes to the supernatural elements of these Titan shifters and just how the way that the world works. What's the real reason behind the walls and who created them and how do they exist and why do they exist in the first place? And learning more about all this lore and plot and mystery leads Eren to develop as a character deeper into his quest for the truth of the world that he lives within, that he feels caged into, and his quest for freedom. Now, even on a superficial level, if you're just someone who wants to see cool ass fights, this arc is amazing for you, as well as when Kenny enters and you have him versus Levi, and just especially when they go into the Crystal Cavern. Oh my god, the fights between the scouts and Kenny's gang is amazing. It's amazing choreography, it's amazing fights. On a superficial level, it's amazing. And at the same time, you have Historia rejecting her heritage and choosing the freedom to choose for herself what life she wants to live for the first time in her life, as up until now she's been playing as a pawn for people in power, whether it's her father, whether it's doing what she thinks someone that she loves and respects like Ymir wants her to do. And now she is making a decision for herself to save Eren and choose against her heritage and choose freedom. This is amazing on a thematic level, as, you know, freedom is one of the main themes of the entire series. Seeing a character like Historia, who historically is a background character with not much to do with the actual overarching themes of the series, but to see her be such an integral part of the series itself is amazing to see as a character is now thrust into a situation to where we can learn more about not only their past but who they are now, and we get to see them develop as a character and as a person. And then, like I said, Attack on Titan just has a knack for answering questions with more and more questions, and that comes in the form of Kenny's monologue before dying, revealing some of Levi's heritage and also just some mysteries that we have when it comes to who made the walls. What is this royal family that we've heard very little about but plays a very real and very impactful role in the overarching story of Attack on Titan? We get to hear about Keith and his history with Eren's dad, and why Keith didn't even want Eren to be in the world of the scouts or to develop his own want for freedom, and to try to find out the truth of Attack on Titan. Now, I would talk about the hunt for the basement and basically just all of season 3 part 2, but you know that's peak fiction, and that's my favorite season of anime. So if I wanted to talk about that, honestly, I could just make an entire 20-minute video on that. But I'll end it up right here by saying Attack on Titan was a masterpiece from season 1, from episode 1. It has one of the greatest opening episodes in all of anime. The plot twists, the ever-changing mystery of Attack on Titan, where it accurately paces how to ask a question, answer that question, and promote more mysteries and more lore to the world and the story to the audience in a very efficient, in a very quick, in a very believable way, constantly, season after season, after arc, with characters that are main characters or new characters or side characters that are getting put in new situations to develop and for us to care about, is amazing. And it's the only series I know that has done that up to this point, and in my opinion continued to do that up until this point. I love Attack on Titan, and I believe it's been a masterpiece from day one. I want to know how you guys feel. Leave it down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, as I said in the beginning. And if you want to see more videos like this or like my NBA videos, I suggest that you subscribe to the channel, as we're trying to grow and, you know, hopefully get monetized one day and just expand the community. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one, like I said. And yeah, that's it from me. Peace.